Our next story is about the healing power of sports, but not only in a figurative or emotional sense. Nenad Bach, the son of a professor and a married father of 3, has an engineering degree. It would have been understandable if he'd pursued a career in the sciences, but instead he followed his heart and pursued his passion for music. His talent would take him around the world, performing for huge crowds and with some of the most famous people on the planet. But then all of that was lost, and Nenad went in search of a way to get it back.
If I had another life, what would I do?
Nenad Bach.
Nenad Bach.
This man was a superstar in his world.
If I had another chance, what would I do?
What he does have is a passion.
As long as you live, as long as you can move your fingers, I think you defend your passion. My name is Nenad Bach. Let's rock and roll. I was born in Zagreb, Croatia in 1954. I fell in love with music when I heard Beatles, Genesis, James Taylor. Guitar is a friend. When you have nobody around, you can sit and play. I really don't know what would my life be without music. In the town where I lived, nobody made album before there. And I said, I'm gonna make a first one. I made it when I was 23. The album came #1 in the former Yugoslavia. And they played it on Croatian radio every day. So that was a quick start. Then very soon I decided to come to America. In less than 2 years I got a record deal, which was unheard of. Somebody who barely speaks English and coming from Eastern Europe, that was amazing. I came across a lot of people. Bono and Princess Di. In 1995, I sang at the Pavarotti and Friends concert. You have 500,000 people in front of you. It's scary and thrilling at the same time. Audience reacted really well. So it was a beautiful moment. In 2010, I knew that something was wrong, but I didn't know what. I had to go to the doctor. I started to see the changes in my body, which was a shaking of the right hand, some tremor, slight tremor.
I saw him, I interviewed him, examined him. We did a scan, it's called a DAT scan, and that was confirmatory. This is indeed Parkinson's disease. The hallmarks of Parkinson's disease are the loss of dopamine neurons, and it leads to a slowness of movement and a reduction in dexterity. Playing guitar, playing keyboard are activities that require good fine motor control, and that is right at the heart of what Parkinson's impacts. For someone like him, he could continue to do those activities for a long time, but ultimately the disease wins, and he would not be able to do them at a high enough level that he could carry on with the kind of performances and the kind of production of music that he was used to.
5 years later, I couldn't perform live on a guitar. My fingers will be stuck here, between these strings. I just could not perform. That was devastating, to say the least.
It is a progressive disease, and it occurs at a pretty constant rate. until it accumulates a pretty significant disease burden, as we say.
Muscles are getting weak. You focus on the salad, on the fork. You have to think about it. It's not automatic anymore. There is no cure for Parkinson's. It's a serious diagnosis. But you can do something about it.
We have drugs that help reduce some of the complications that can happen with Parkinson's. And in terms of hope for something that we have now that can actually slow the underlying disease, exercise is the best thing we see.
A friend of mine invited me to play table tennis. I had no expectations. I just came to play for fun, just to be active a little bit.
For the patients with Parkinson's, things that involve balance seem to be very helpful. Things that involve rhythm. Ping pong meets those criteria. All these things that Parkinson's is impairing are things that are directly addressed by ping pong.
I noticed next day that I felt much better. So next week I played again, and I felt better again. So I increased to 2 to 3 times a week.
He seemed to have less tremor. He had greater dexterity. He was walking better. What we consider the cardinal features of Parkinson's all seemed better at that point.
When I play table tennis, everything is gone. There is no past or future. There is just now. I didn't conquer the Parkinson, but I conquered the fear of Parkinson. Somehow I knew that there is probably some way. I never believed that I would lose it forever. In the period of a year, I could play my guitar again.
If I had another life, I would never walk straight. All the things I love to do, other people love to hate. Put my shoes on my ears, my hat on my feet, park the car in the kitchen, take a bath in the street.
I love ping pong, I love bums. I love the Three Stooges and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't vote the same. And lie on my bed in the stars and the rain. Oh yeah.
At the moment that I could play guitar again publicly, it was triumphant.
If he didn't find something like ping pong, he wouldn't have been able to do it.
I love ping pong.
It took really finding something that he was passionate about. I'm not surprised he found that thing, but I was surprised it was ping pong.
There are no words for it. I love ping pong. One passion feeds another passion. Music gave me the power to write a song about sports that gave me back my music. So it's quite a story, actually. It's quite a story.
There you go.
Since incorporating table tennis into his therapy, Nenad has started a nonprofit with 1,000 members in 22 countries. Ping Pong Parkinson's 3 goals are to help patients attain and improve quality of life through exercise, to motivate the scientific community to find out why ping pong works as a treatment, and to create a Parkinson's classification for table tennis at the Paralympic Games.